Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Hable, ATW Blaze 91 here, and today I'm going to be doing another one of those videos where I look back at the games I bought the past month and show you all the games I've been buying. And I'll give you a little bit of an update on my Facebook channel. I originally had an update on my I originally had a post on my Facebook channel where I showed like all the stuff I didn't want. See if anybody in my family would have wanted anything from me. That wasn't going too well for me because nobody commented. I didn't get much people wanting anything from me, and that's okay. So what I've decided to do is just delete that. I've deleted the game selling post off my channel, off my Facebook channel. So because now I've actually been for the past months taking all my unwanted games, my PlayStation 2 games, down CEX, Entertainment Exchange. I've been taking them down on this new place in Newport called Flashbacks, and I've been getting a lot of deals out of them, which is really helpful because all the games I'm not playing anymore. I haven't got the PlayStation 2 anymore. It's been given back to my brother. I'm now going to be taking the PlayStation 2 games, well, to second-hand game stores that will take them, and that way I can put them towards games for the PlayStation 3 and games for the PlayStation 4 and games for the PlayStation Vita because I've got the PlayStation TV hooked up now. I'm still going to be going through the Xbox 360 games, the Nintendo Wii's, the 3DS's, but I'm going to be aiming towards games exclusive to the Nintendo and Xbox platforms, whereas PlayStation, I'll just target whatever games I want. So if there's a game on a PlayStation, if there's a game like that's on a PlayStation, I'll immediately get it, but if it's on like any other platform, I'll go for that. So I'm going to try and like balance my gaming out, so that way I can balance out my trophy collection, which I'm getting close to my 1,000 trophy milestone. And I may do a video on that if I can. I'll work something out. If I can, I'll just do an update on my channel instead. So either way, guys. I haven't got as many PS2 games to sell off. Still got a couple more. And I have now know that CEX is now taking PlayStation 1 games, so I'll be taking in all the incompatible PlayStation 1 games. I got a couple of PS1 games that don't work with the PS3, mainly due to like its compatibility issues. Some PS1 games have compatibility problems when working with the newer hardware. I had that with the PlayStation 2 as well. One game of mine didn't work. Some games of mine didn't work with the PS2 because like it had compatibility issues or something. But even I will eventually go through them and see whether or not that's the case. And I'm not going to I'm going to try not to resort to emulators because I've had emulator sites that have viruses on them. Because some of the emulation websites have some very nasty viruses. Some emulators are actually infected with viruses themselves. So I'll try and avoid that if possible. So anyway, guys, it's time we get on with the games I bought last week update. So I'm going to be going through a long laundry of games I bought in the past month. Give some quick thoughts on them and whatnot and so on. And I have got quite a couple of games, one controller and one accessory, which I'll just point out right away. One accessory being the PlayStation Vita memory card, which I've now just got installed in updated and installed onto my PlayStation TV console. I've updated the firmware on the PS TV, so I can download stuff onto it now. I can download games onto my PlayStation TV now. Maybe all the ones that are compatible with it. And I will scroll through a list of what games are compatible on the PS TV and what ones aren't. That way I'll have a firm idea. So it's good I finally got a memory card for it, because my PS TV didn't include a memory card, nor a controller. It just only comes with the console itself. All I just need is just a spare controller I can hook up to a PS TV, so I'll have a spare controller for my PlayStation 4. Because my Gearcloak controller is acting up now. And I have installed the update for it, and it hasn't helped much. It hasn't helped at all. It constantly goes off every 5 minutes or something. I don't know, maybe it's just the update. Maybe there's just something wrong with the update. I'll keep an eye out for if the people who worked on the controller are gonna update it. I'm gonna try and update it just to try and make it work. Well, we'll see. So either way, as I told you about the PlayStation PS Vita memory card, I've also got a new controller as well. This is the PlayStation Move Sharpshooter controller. This is for the PlayStation 3, but I believe it should also work for the PS4 with the PlayStation VR setup or something. I haven't got a PlayStation VR. So here we go. This is a new controller I got from a PlayStation 3 console. Now I actually got this shell. You'll be shocked at this, for £5 in Cash Generator. They had this attached with the PlayStation Move navigator controller. You can see this also. You can see I also put my PlayStation Move controller on it as well, but that didn't come with the Move controller. This is just one of the moves of controllers I currently have. But you can see it's a machine gun based gun controller thing for the PlayStation Move, where it uses the navigator pad and the PlayStation Move controller. And it's got like the trigger, the button for pressing the move button, the slot there for holding your navigator controller, and it's got this weird button, and it's got this trigger thing that's supposed to amplify what shots you were using, either rapid fire or single shot, but I haven't noticed any difference. They all act the same, according to all the games I have, and also it's also got a pump up, which is good for like the House of the Dead 3 and 4, which I currently have. I'm looking around out. I'm looking out for House of the Dead Overkill for the PS3 as well, so that'll be good. So if you press that, it reloads your gun. So that's really cool. So I got this for £5, which is very, very shocking, considering most prices, and considering the price of this thing is actually super expensive online. It can actually cost about like 20 quid in certain online pages. One online page I looked at on eBay, they actually sold this thing, just the shell itself, for 140 quid, which was like crazy. Like, who would sell a controller like that for £140 or something? Or maybe it did come with some other things as well. I'm not sure. I didn't quite look into it or something. So yeah, I got this for £5. I have tested it with Rambo the video game, some of the other Lycan games I tried it with, House Dead 4, House Dead 3, which I got as a download. You can download now. So yeah, and I'm really enjoying this. And I also tried it with the Time Crisis Rising Storm compilation. It works really well, except Dead Storm Pirates has all these Apologies for the 10-minute time limit there on my camera. So either way, I did test it also with the Time Crisis Raging Storm compilation, and with the Time Crisis 4 and Time Crisis Raging Storm, and for Raging Storm also, they work brilliantly. But this Storm Pirates, it has all these quick time events where you have to dangle the remote around, and yeah, doing it with the shell, it's just a bit awkward trying to play it like that. But still, getting the itch for a $5 plus the Move Navigator controller. It's just a bargain bin for me, and I'm absolutely proud to have this. Absolutely wicked it is. I should also point out that there's actually supposedly 2 different versions of the sharpshooter gun. This is the red one, which is the one we in the British countries get, and there's also a white one, which has a tactical rail on the top. No, and that's the only difference I've noticed with the white one. I think the white one only I think you only get the white one in the US or something. I'm not 100% sure, I haven't looked. But this is the one we got. This is the one. It's obvious that we get the red one. Got no problems with it as long as it works. And I like it. It works. So it's quite good. So now I've talked about the 2 accessories I own. Now we're going to really get onto the games. And I got quite a couple here. So we're going to start with games I bought from the top in order of acquaintance. I can't really pronounce it very well. In order of the day I got them. I might give some quick thoughts on each of the games. It's alright, so let's start with the PS1 I got. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Rogue Spear. This is the sequel in the Rainbow Six. This is a second game in the Rainbow Six series. I haven't quite played this one fully, but I just played this one for 10 minutes to see how it works. It's a really decent FPS game where we're playing tactically and not just go through level to level, just shooting at every bot, shooting every terrorist you see. You gotta do things like rescue hostages, defuse bombs and whatnot. And this is actually a vast improvement over the atrocious PlayStation 1 ports of the game, of the original game, which was so bad that I should possibly do a review of it at one stage. Next up, Worms. Everybody loves Worms. My brother liked Worms. He had it for his PlayStation 1. Now I've got my own copy. A strategy game where you use all sorts of crazy weaponry, like an explosive sheep, to destroy your opponent's worms. And of course, this game has a lot of fantastic humor put together into it. It can be difficult, but once you give it a lot of time, it's actually really, really good. It's worth the time and it's worth the effort to learn all the various different strategies, all the various level layouts. It's really still addictive fun. Even after all these years of its release, it's still pretty fun to play. Next up, with the Xbox, Unreal Championship 2, the Liandry Conflict. This is basically a consoleized version of Unreal Tournament. I did try Unreal Championship 1, but it was not compatible with the Xbox 360, but the sequel is. And there's a couple of cool things about it, like you can now do melee in third person, but you can still play in first person if you wish. But there's third person melee fighting, which is really new for the Unreal Tournament universe. And see that this is a consoleized Unreal Tournament. It actually does play. It actually is really, really good. Just the frame rate is a bit bad when there's so much going on. Right, next up, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix, and I also got 2.5 Remix for the PlayStation 3. These two are compilations of the original Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories Remix, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, with only the cutscenes of Kingdom Hearts Recoded and Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days in cinematic form. So what can I say? You get 4 Kingdom Hearts games in playable form, but you only get the cutscenes from 2 Kingdom Hearts games. Not bad, considering possibly like the memory limitations of the PS3 or something. You still like it and you get like 2 massive big games on like 1 disc each in these 2 compilations. But and to like reduce it to like cutscenes, I suppose that's kind of like an issue. But the biggest thing is when they released it for the PlayStation 4 as well, you get the same 4 games as playable, and still the 2 cutscenes, still 2 of the Kingdom Hearts games have still got the cutscenes on the PS4 version of this compilation stack here, which is just ridiculous. And if you do want to get this, but if you do have a PS4 and don't have a PS3, yeah, this is still worthwhile if you're still into Kingdom Hearts. This is my first time trying out the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Considering the only Kingdom Hearts thing I ever got a memory out of was on the PlayStation 2 demo disc, which was just a rolling trailer demo, which is just only the trailer showcasing the original Kingdom Hearts game and the behind the scenes footage of it. I've only played these just an hour just to register the trophies on them. I've got the trophies registered, and I've got all the trophies recoded and 358 over 2 days. So, and I will say the combat system on these is a bit rough. They're hard to get a little bit used to, considering it obviously came out way before Tales of Symphonia came out. So yeah, a little hard to get into, but I will try and get used to it eventually. So anyway, moving on. Terminator Salvation, a game based on I'm not sure if this is the 5th one, the 4th one. To be honest, I've never watched any of the Terminator films. Other than I played the Super Nintendo game based on the 2nd movie. And by the 2nd movie game, I'm talking about the arcade shoot 'em up by Midway. Terminator Salvation is a 3rd-person cover-based shooter. Not the arcade rail shooter that's in the you can still play and you can still find in the arcades areas. This one's more of a 3rd-person shooter that's got the Gears of War control scheme. Again, I only played this for like a couple of minutes just to register one of the achievements on it. And I got my first trophy on it, so that's pretty good. So I don't mind it. Alien vs Predator. This is the 2010 reboot. I played the original Alien vs Predator on the PC and played the Alien vs Predator 2 on the PC as well, which is still one of the greatest alien games of all time. And this one is actually really decent, considering you still got like the 3 multiple sides. You got the Predator, the Alien, and the Marine campaigns, and they all intertwine the storyline together or something. To be honest, I haven't played all that far into it to see. I've only just played it just for like an hour maybe more than that, just to register the trophies. And I don't mind it compared to what like most majority of critics say about it. Right, and then for the 360, I've got the original Thea. Now this one, last month, I did buy this for the 360, but I had to take it back because the disc was faulty and I couldn't get the game to work. And yeah, and that's going to mention another Yeah, apologies there, I had a camera jump, or jump cut, I should say. So you're aware, I bought this last month for the Xbox 360, but I had a little bit of an issue with the disc and I had to take it back. And I got this now as a fully working game now. And that relates to another game I bought on the weekend, Far Cry 3. I can't show that because there's something wrong with the disc and I have to take it back to get a replacement. So and I have played this for more than an hour, and just the rest of the achievements. I do like, and this game is a very scary horror game where you got this little creepy girl that causes a lot of delusional effects that can really play with your mind. And a lot of these are just, and some of these are actually very creepy. And the FPS core gameplay is actually really good. There's like a mechanic where you can actually dual wield some weapons, and you can use like, and I think also you can use like in slow motion, somethingness. Yeah, you can possibly. I need to play more of this at one stage just to see it. But this is. But it's really good at. It's really one of the good FPS games. But I've got this for the console, so I can just have some achievements for the 360 on the Xbox. Now then, we're now moving on to the PlayStation Vita. Persona 4 Golden. I originally had this for the PlayStation 2. Now since I got the PlayStation TV, and I know this game is compatible with the PlayStation TV. I have this on the Vita, and I have got the memory, and like I said, I got the memory card for the Vita, so I can save my progress on it onto the Vita memory card, which is very good, which is very handy. And let me tell you, the PlayStation Vita memory cards are really expensive. Even like the 16 gigabyte one I got costed like 30 quid, which is just insane. Which is just absolutely insane. But either way, I played this, and I did play past the first boss, but I did do the very first boss battle on this, where you fight Shadow Yosuke. And I did find this, and I found him an absolutely easy pass as long as you know what you're doing. Like attacking his weak points and all that, and I got my first trophy in the game, which is where you get Izanagi, where you get your first Persona. So it's really good stuff, and I'm looking to find Persona 4 Arena and Persona 4 Ultimax, and most specifically, I'm looking forward to getting a copy of Persona 5 if there's a game store that has a copy of it in, because every place I looked around, all copies of it are like sold out for both the PS4 and the PS3. So it's ridiculous. Oh wow. But still, I've got Persona 4 Golden, so I can have a bit of fun with that. Until I can get Persona 5 into a start playthrough on that one. Because frankly, with the storylines of the Persona games, there's no connection story-driven ones, so you could just play Persona 5 and then go all the way back to Persona 3 and Persona 4. And stuff. Right, next one. Devil May Cry HD Collection for the PS3. This is a compilation which includes Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2, and Devil May Cry 3. So you got all this on one single disc. And I used to have the Devil May Cry games on the PS2, so now I got all three of the Devil May Cry games together on the PlayStation 3. And the version of Devil May Cry 3 they put on here is the Special Edition, because the original Devil May Cry 3 game was notorious for its difficulty. But even still, with the rebalanced Special Edition, it is still notoriously hard. You have to really be careful of the boss's attacks. because a lot of them just really chip your health all the way down completely if you're not careful. But still, it's a really good compilation. In like having all three of the Devil May Cry games together as well. Next up, Fear 2, the sequel to Fear. And I only put, again, you got the spooky, creepiness atmosphere going on for it, and it is still pretty scary. You're still going to be witnessing a lot of scary moments, especially from Alma, the little girl. Do I think it's grown up in this one? I'm not 100% sure because I haven't played into this game to figure it out. I've only just played it just to see, only just to see and register my maybe just to register my trophies into this game so that I can start playing it whenever I'm ready to play it. So that's good. So I've got all three of the Fear games now, so that's really nice. Next one, Catherine. I had this for the Xbox 360, now I have this for the PS3. I wanted to get it for the PS3 because, obviously for trophies, which is one reason. The second reason, the controls on the PS3 version feel much more tighter and more responsive, as opposed to playing it on the 360, because like, the Xbox 360 control pad is really bad for other games. It's really bad. Like, you'll end up going in one direction. When you press a button to go in one direction, then you end up going in a different direction. Now, I actually do have something to say about Catherine because I did want to get Catherine because I did a top 10. Because years ago I did a top 10 list of scary moments in gaming, and I did put this game as one of the entries in that list, which kind of inspired me to get the game for myself. And I had it for the Xbox 360. Now I swapped it over for the PlayStation 3, and I got one of the endings, which is like Catherine with a K ending. And I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm on the 7th. I'm about to do the 7th night now, because I passed the 6th night. And I'm at the moment playing it on the easy difficulty, and I'll eventually move up to the medium difficulty, and eventually the hard difficulty if I really can master the game. If I can master the game's mechanics, that is. And I really do enjoy Catherine. This is one of the more original offerings from Atlus, a company that's well known for RPG games. And to see them try something new in a concept, really just comes out in a way that you just don't think it would work well, but when you play it for yourself, it actually is really good. And the puzzles are really addictive and fun. And they're very challenging. They challenge you to think about what to do and whatnot. And it's got a really good storyline as well. And you can't go wrong with Troy Baker's voice performance in the game as well. Right, next game. The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. A first-person survival game in the Walking Dead franchise. I've never seen any of the. I've never read any of the comics. I never watched any of the episodes of the show. So this is kind of my introductory to it. I'm never gonna see the I'm not gonna watch the whole. I'm not gonna watch the show because the show's a little too graphic for me. But the game itself is not entirely that bad in terms of its violence level for me. And I have played it. And I have seen like all the reviews of it. I've seen like how bad the AI is. And in some cases I actually kind of agree. The AI is actually laughable. The zombie AI, or walkers as they're called in this game, are actually absolutely laughable. And the face expression when the zombies get close to you, they're absolutely weird as hell. But it does allow you to play as Daryl Dixon, where you go alongside your brother Mel, and as a prologue to the Alright. So that's Walking Dead. Next one. Heavy Fire on Shadow Sphere, which is a rail shooter game using the Move controller. So this is a game that can be used with this. I did try it with this, and it's really, really good. Aside from the quick time events that you have to do, otherwise you die. It's like Rambo. It's like the Rambo video game, except it plays a little bit better than it. Because like for reloading, at least you don't have like a quick time event to press when you are playing. But it does throw quick time events of its own that you have to press, otherwise you die. So it's kind of cheap, but not so bad. I guess. Singularity. I haven't been able to fully get myself into this one. But I did play a bit of this, and it does look pretty neat. And I did watch G-Man's review of this, and I figured, this looks really decent. It looks really good, but I've yet to fully dive into it. Other than I just wanted to play it just to record an achievement on it. So that's really decent. Next up, Paulo Juarez, The Cartel. This is the third game in the Coro Cortez series. And it's one that's supposed to be set in the modern timeline. Similar to how Call of Duty was set in like the modern timeline. This one is supposed to be ranked the worst of the Call of Juarez series. I have played it. No, I'm not too 100% sure right now. But once I play into it, I'll probably see what I think of it. Right, next one. I got Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising and Operation Flashpoint Red River. These two are a massive improvement over the PC original. As I used to have Operation Flashpoint Global Crisis on the PC, and it was just super awkward with his mouse aiming. It was like you had like this sort of mouse crosshair that you move around with the mouse, and you move it to the side of the screen in order to turn. It's like something on the Wii. It's like something you do now on the Wii. That is very Wii controls-ish before the Wii controls ever came out. It was very terrible. I could never get used to it. But thankfully, these two games improve on that. You just simply move the analog stick, and you actually look in the proper direction. And you actually look around proper, like in a proper FPS game. That is better. And I have played them. They're very complex games. You have to rely on tactics to take out your enemies, as opposed to like running around gunning every single enemy down. Now they're really decent, but they can be really difficult. So I can say fast improvement over the PC original. Next up, Angry Birds Trilogy and Angry Birds Star Wars. I replaced my 3DS copies of those, so now I've got them on the PlayStation 3. And they actually support the PlayStation Move as well to emulate the touchscreen controls of the tablet originals. And Angry Birds Trilogy includes the original Angry Birds Rio, and I think Angry Birds Seasons as well. Whereas Angry Birds Star Wars is just Angry Birds but with a Star Wars theme on top of it. Which is just crazy. And it's still and the controls of playing the Angry Bird games are really good. You can play with the joypad as well. I would honestly prefer to just play with a joypad, and they actually do feel natural and responsive to the control pad. It's like if you want to play with a move, but it's like a mover, which if you play with a move, you can use the move controller to emulate the touchscreen gaming of the original game, as I just said. But still, this is very good, considering I swapped them, and I got some achievements out of that. I'll get some achievements out of those, no doubt. Next up, Sports Champ. Now these are the games I bought just the past couple of days this weekend. I bought in the past weekend. Well, first up, Sports Champions. This is the equivalent of Wii Sports. This is supposedly comes. So this was supposed to come. This supposedly was meant to come on like anybody who got the PlayStation Move, but I got this now separately as a second-hand game, and it does say there PlayStation Move required. I actually got this 75 pence. And considering there's not a whole lot of it to it, I'm considering it's just a Wii Sports ripoff. This is not bad. This is not bad considering what's on there and what it can achieve. So good on ya. Right, next up, Crysis 2. Crysis is a series of games suggested by my brother Michael, saying that Crysis is such a fantastic looking game. You have to really look at the game's graphics to really get yourself immersed into it. You'll get immersed by it by its graphics, and there's have a few gameplay hiccups. And that's by talking about the original Crysis. I am looking around to getting the original Crysis on the PlayStation 3 because you can get Crysis on the PS3 as a download game. So I'll probably one day I'll end up downloading Crysis for the PS3, sorry, and eventually Crysis 3 as well. I'll eventually look around for Crysis 3 if I can find it, if I can locate it. Had a bit of a, did dive into this for a few minutes just to register one of the achievements. The game was really decent, enjoyable. You can use all various kinds of abilities with it, but I haven't been able to dig myself into it fully yet. Just to register one of the achievements on it. Next up, Max Payne 3. Payne to the max! This is the third game in the Max Payne series. I'm looking to get Max Payne 1 on the PS2, and I'm hoping the sequel comes to the PS4 as well, as a PS2 download as well. Because they really should. This is the third game in the Max Payne universe, where it's actually developed by a new company, Rockstar. Where Rockstar took the Max Payne franchise, and what they did with it is actually really decent with what they did with the story as well. I really like all the commentary that Max Payne says as you go through, as he like talks you through the story of his life, of his troubled life. Oh yeah, just trust me, Max Payne has really gone through a lot of bad stuff in his life. Especially from what has happened in the first game as well. Max Payne is a really difficult. Max Payne 3 is a very difficult game though. There are times you will just die a lot, and you have to really master the shoot, dodge, and bullet time mechanics if you really want to survive. But even then, it's still like you're still gonna get like unlucky with a lot of encounters. Even on the easy difficulty, you're still gonna die a lot. But still, I highly recommend Max Payne 3. It's really good. Next up, Battlefield 4. When this came out, this one had a lot of like troubles with like the servers and gameplay issues when it first came out. Like it was just like when I did watch Professional Jared's video where he had this mentioned in like his top 10. Well, like Battlefield 4 had a lot of gameplay and balancing issues. Apologies, and the right jump cut. Well, yeah, as I was saying, Battlefield 4 is one of those games where, like, it had a very bad launch. But over the coming months, they had to delay the DLC content just to focus on fixing the game. And I will give it this, they have patched out the game and balanced it out a bit, so it's actually a bit more playable now. I've yet to play this online. I'm not sure if I can play this online now. But if I can, I'll probably might give it a go. I'm going to give the online mode a go. And I have had a play of it. It's actually really decent in terms of its controls. Its controls are better than Battlefield 3. But that's how you can set up your controls. And I actually did like some of the weapon customization, some of the weapon loadouts and weapon loadout systems, and the whole point system. Where like you can beat your levels by beating your score times or something. It's still rather decent, rather good addition. Next up, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. It's Super Smash Bros, but we have PlayStation characters. Because you got characters like Ratchet and Clank, Nathan Drake from Uncharted, Sackboy from Little Big Planet, Sly Raccoon, Big Daddy from Bioshock, that guy from Infamous, and Parappa the Rapper, who's there as well. All the various PlayStation characters are there, but they include a few third-party characters in it as well, like Hayachi from Tekken, and Dante from the Devil May Cry reboot. Not the old Dante from the old Devil May Cry games, sadly. I'll get into that, and I'll get into that in a bit, in just a tad moment. So this is a very decent Smash Bros. Wannabe, but the mechanics of it are a bit different compared to Super Smash Bros. Like you don't knock, you don't knock off your opponents out of the arena to kill them. Instead you gotta like power up and use various special abilities to instantly destroy your opponents. Which in itself is actually not that bad. Each character has a variety of different special abilities. I haven't played it fully as all the characters. I have only played it as just one or two characters. That'd be Parappa the Rapper and Dante from the Devil May Cry reboot. But otherwise, this is really decent. It's not bad for what I paid for it. And lastly, since I did mention the Devil May Cry reboot, here it is. DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. Or I just call it Devil May Cry Reboot, because this is a reboot of the Devil May Cry games, where they changed Dante's identity to a black hair, unlikable dude. Trust me, I don't necessarily like this guy. I don't really like the black haired Dante all that much. And I actually did read up on the review on the vast majority of people saying about how much they dislike the redesigned Dante, the black haired Dante, as opposed to how awesome the silver haired Dante was in the old games. And thankfully in the Definitive Edition they have gotten the costumes in the game where you can play as the classic look of Dante, which is actually really, really good. Because I would rather play as the silver haired Dante instead of this black haired jackass. But it has got like all the DLC included, and it's been optimized to a 60 frame rate on the PS4 as well. And they've included a new Bloody Palace mode. We've included turbo and hardcore difficulty modes. Because and they did amplify and rebalance the gameplay a bit more, just to make it feel more of the up-to-date game. So this is the more complete version of the game, of the Devil May Cry reboot game. So I've gotten all the Devil May Cry games, except for the fourth game, which I'm hoping to get for the PS4 as well. I've replaced my 360 copy of the fourth Devil May Cry game, and I'm hoping to just download the PS4 version of it on the PSN store. And I think it's still up there now. So either way, guys, that is all my PlayStation. That is all of the games I've been recently purchased in terms of physical copies of each of the games. So I bought a couple more PlayStation 3 games, which will be added more to my more of these are going to be added to my collection, because I really want to start building up on trophies, and hopefully in the future I'm going to start building up on more reviews. I have got a game review planned, which is going to be Ruby Grim Eclipse. I'm going to start playing that soon. But in terms of game collecting and swapping out all my old games for new ones, considering I'm making some space for all my other stuff, I'm really making a lot of progress on it, because a lot of my older games are getting replaced with newer ones. I'm finally starting to make effort out of the older games I bought but haven't gotten a chance to start yet. This is a very lengthy process, and I'm thankfully working my way through it, and eventually all my old stuff is gone and I can start putting all my new stuff in their places now, to make it fun, so I can finally have some proper spacing now. Still not allowed to sell my N64 games though, but still, all the old PlayStation 1 games that don't work on the PS3 for compatibility reasons, and all the other games I still want to talk about and do. Yeah, I'm going to eventually start saving up and start eventually doing them. So that was it, guys. This is my games I bought in the last month. Games I bought in the last month, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe for more if you like the stuff I do. And I've been AQWBlaze91, and I see you all next time. Bye. Goodbye.